Okay, I think we are live. Yeah, cool. We are live. So, hi everyone, good evening. So, we have today with us Sudipto and Amartya from IIM Mumbai, formerly known as NITIE. So, they have come here to share with us details about the admission process of IIM Mumbai, the courses that are being offered by IIM Mumbai, and general information about the placements and the campus life at IIM Mumbai. So, a very warm welcome to you guys, and let us get started.
Sure. Thanks.
Sure.
Cool. So before starting, right? So maybe if you can tell something about yourself, like what course are you taking, what program are you enrolled at IIM Mumbai, and that will be helpful for the students.
Yeah, okay. I will go first. So, hi everyone. I am Omurto Shamanto, and I am currently pursuing the MBA program, which was previously the PGDIM program of NITI, now the MBA program of IIM Mumbai. And if I talk about my background, like before joining NITI, I have 22 months of work ex at PwC India, where I was working as a blockchain and front-end developer. And I am an engineer. I did my engineering from Jadavpur University in mechanical engineering, passed out in 2021. So that's about me. Sudipta, you can take it.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. I am Shudipta Chakraborty and I am from West Bengal. I am currently pursuing the MBA course at IIM Mumbai. And prior to joining IIM Mumbai, I have worked with Tata Consultancy Services in their digital cadre for 22 months as a data engineer. I have passed out in 2021 with a degree in computer science and engineering from Academy of Technology in West Bengal.
Okay, cool. So before the first question is, what are the programs that are being offered at IIM Mumbai, and is there any change from what NITI used to offer and what IIM Mumbai is offering currently?
Yeah, so actually when it was NITI, there were primarily three courses that was getting offered. One was the PGDIM, which was the postgraduate in industrial management. Then there was PGDIE, which was the industrial engineering, and it used to take the students from GATE. And there was also sustainability management, which was PGDSM at that time, which took both from CAT as well as GATE. Obviously, PGDIM was only through CAT, but this time onwards, we have the courses restructured and they have become the general MBA. We have the MBA Ops and Supply Chain and the MBA in Supply Chain Sustainability Management or MBA SM. And all of them will be taking only CAT students only. There is no GATE from this year onwards. So that's the main change. And apart from that, we also have our PhD programs. We have 1 year executive MBA or the VLFM and another course GGMP for the defense officers. So those
Uh,
are all the courses that are getting offered.
There
Yeah,
have been
you can add.
slight change. There have been slight changes in the eligibility for the programs. So earlier, we only used to take students who were either engineers or they had an MSc degree in maths or statistics, or a 4-year degree in economics. So from this year onwards, for the MBA and the MBA Sustainability Management course, we will be taking students with any background. But for the MBA Ops and Supply Chain Management, we are restricting the candidates who are only either engineers or have an MSc in mathematics or statistics.
Okay, great. So as I understand, just for the ops and management, only engineers and uh,
Yeah.
MSc Maths, and other than that, for other courses, everyone is eligible, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. And what are the cutoffs for each of these course programs?
So the minimum percentile cutoff for the open section I am talking of, it's 85 percentile for all three. And there is sectional cutoffs of 80 percentile for VARC and DILR and 75 for quants if I'm not right.
Yeah.
So Dipta, you can just confirm on this.
Yeah, so that are the minimum eligibility cutoffs
Criteria.
which are required for applying to the programs. Apart from that, for the PI shortlist, of course, the cutoffs will get much higher, but we are not able to predict any cutoff percentile at this moment since there have been a significant changes to the criterias and the composite score calculation formulas this year.
Correct. So you're telling about
And also just, yeah, sorry.
yeah,
Shrikant, you
you're
can go ahead.
speaking about composite scores, right? So what is the weightage for given for CAT, 10th, 12th, and its
Yeah,
undergraduation work X? So if you have any
that
idea on that.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say. So basically, on the composite score of 100, 55 is the weightage that will be given to CAT. There will be 20 weightage for the personal interview or the PI rounds. There will be a total of 20 with academic achievements and your work experience collaborated, where 5 will be max that you can get from work experience and the remaining from academic diversities, or like basically 10, 12 and your BTech combined, there is the remaining weightage, and there is 5 extra weightage for gender diversity, so that sums up to 100.
Okay, cool. So right now you are in the first year, right? First year of the course, and
Yeah.
uh,
Right.
so has there been any change to the curriculum made? Because the change from NITI to IIM Mumbai has happened while you after you have joined. So is there any change that
Yes.
has happened to the
Uh,
curriculum and the way the classes or everything is held?
So I would start first. So for us, the curriculum remained the same. We are studying 9 courses in each term, but for the incoming batches, the institute has adjusted the curriculum to make it more suitable for the diverse set of students that are coming in. The subjects have been reduced. Some subjects which were very technical have been done away with, and separate curriculums have been designed for MBA, MBA Ops and Supply Chain, and MBA Sustainability Management. And of course, we always used to have a case driven curriculum and a more application oriented course. Those things remain the same.
Okay,
And the
great.
number of subjects have been slightly reduced from 9 to 6 per term now.
Okay. So you're saying that less workload for the incoming batch as compared to you guys.
I
Not
mean, it's something which is following the IIM standards, I would say. So, like, that's what most of the IIMs follow. And the upcoming batch, since that is going to be the first official batch of IIM Mumbai, they will be following that curriculum. Well, in our case, for the at least for the first year, we are continuing with what NITI had with 9 courses. We are not very sure about what's going to be in the second year. There might be change, there might not be. We will be made aware of that sometime in some.
Okay. So there is a question by Dheeraj. He's asking about the sectional cutoff, right? So you have previously shared the sectional cutoff. So are they like hard cutoffs or like guideline cutoffs?
No, they are
no.
hard cutoffs. You
Okay.
have that's a bare minimum that you need to have for being eligible to get into IIM Mumbai. That's the first and foremost step. Of course, that doesn't guarantee that if you have qualified for the cutoffs, that it doesn't guarantee you a shortlist. That of course depends upon the dynamics. But that's a hard cutoff that you need to have.
Okay. So he's missing by point three. He's asking should I fill the form or not? The sectional
I mean, if
cutoffs.
you are not able to meet the sectional cutoffs, I don't think there is any point. You can definitely look for other opportunities, which is
Okay. So what is the current application process for this year?
okay.
Uh,
Uh, s- Sudipta, you will take up.
yeah, so the application process remains the same. So you have to go to iimmumbai.ac.in, and there on the admissions portal, you can apply to each of our courses. The application fee for each of the courses is rupees 2000. So if you are applying for say one course, you have to pay 2000. For 2 courses, you have to pay rupees 4000, and so on. In the application form is fairly simple. You have to fill in your details. There are some fields for your academic achievements, your extracurricular activities, and so on. And you have to also put in your SCAT scores, and then you can submit the application form. And based on the details submitted, we will take out our shortlists for the interview.
Great, great. So Navneet Sharma, he's asking, can you talk about this year placement or internship scenario at IIM Mumbai?
Okay. Of course, the official records are yet to come out. So definitely to tell exact numbers and things, we need to wait for the official document to be out. I can definitely share what was the placement stats of the 23 batch, which just passed out. So for that batch, we had an average package of 29.06, a median of 28, and a highest of 78.2. So that was the placement stats for the 23 batch. And as I said, for this year's batch, the summer internships and the final placement, we need to wait for the final document to be out, and then only we can tell you exactly how has been the placements and what has been the average package and all those details.
Okay. So what were the companies that have visited for the, let's say, 23 batch, and the profiles that were offered to the to students?
So if I talk about like the type of companies which mainly visit, there are a lot of FMCG companies. There are companies from logistic, pharma sectors. There are companies from consulting. There are companies from finance, banks which visit. IT analytics is something which has increased. The number was fairly low till the previous years, but from this year onwards, that number is also increasing. And if I talk about the roles, I think it's mainly operations, supply chain, and IT roles which are predominantly seen. And apart from that, there are few roles like genman roles, broadman roles, which are also opening up. One or two HRs have also been hired from this year's summer internship. So that's pretty much about the like kind of roles and companies which are coming.
Okay. Again, going back to the cutoffs, right? So you have shared the cutoffs, and will they be different for different categories, and where can the students get the details of the category cutoffs?
Yeah, so the cutoffs will be different for different categories, the minimum hard cutoffs, and the details can be accessed in the IIM Mumbai website itself, where we have an admission document for all the three courses. All the details are available on our website.
Okay.
And if required, we can just share it here so you can put it in the description if that's fine for the students
Sure,
to
sure.
ease of the
Yeah,
students.
we'll
Yeah.
add it to the description itself. Okay, so just take one question. So this is just a profile and chances question type of question, right? General Mayor Engineering, 10th 90 percentage, 12th 84, graduation 86, and CAT 90 percentile. And what are the and 1.5 years of work experience? What are the chances of getting
I
it?
mean,
So,
again, these kind of questions I said, like, particularly in this year's scenario where the number of students has gone up, of course, the dynamics are going to change, and it's very difficult to predict actually what's exactly going to happen. But there are two things which I would like to say that if you are at least clearing the minimum cutoff percentiles, and if you see a trend like what kind of calls you can get, like it's definitely worth filling the forms because then you don't miss out on opportunities. That's one thing. And definitely one other thing going for IIM Mumbai is that earlier it was taking both through CAT as well as GATE, right? This time the GATE is completely cut off, so all these seats are to be filled by CAT students only. So definitely the intake of students is going to be higher, so you proceed accordingly, and nobody can exactly see what profile and what calls anybody is going to get. That's purely out of the students who are filling up the form and the dynamics that you.
Okay. So you're telling about the intake, right? So what is the current, what will be the intake for the each of the programs for 2024?
Yeah, the exact numbers are not very sure, but I can give you an approx about the number of students that we are currently having, and more or less it's going to be the same. So for the MBA, we mostly are going to see number of students around 250 students that will be taken up, around something 250 to 280 or 290 like that students will be taken for MBA. MBA ops and supply chain, it's going to be around something around 180 to 200, and maybe 20 to 30 for SM. So something around those lines.
Okay. So can you share some experience about the campus life, the extracurricular activities that do happen at IIM Mumbai? To-
yeah, so we just had our annual business fest called Avartan. So it is a 1 week event where we have the IIM Mumbai sports meet. We have our informals night. We have our music concerts and our cultural festivals all going on. Apart from that, in the coming months, we will have our section wars and our sports meet. We will also have the famous NITIE Premier League, as it was called earlier, where multiple franchises play for the coveted trophy of the NITIE Premier League tournament. It is a cricket tournament mostly. We have that going on. Apart from that, going to the campus life, the campus life is quite amazing here. We have a lush green campus. We are surrounded by the hills and the Vihar Lake, and we have a very good campus life going on there, and life is very cool.
Yeah, while you're talking about lush green campus, right? Can you also give some insights on the panther sightings, leopard sightings that you might have?
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, yeah, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, so even we heard about the occasional leopard sightings on the campus. Both of us haven't seen anything personally, But we, at least for me, I roam around the campus fairly during the night time. I haven't seen anything yet, so only heard stories about leopard sightings.
Great.
And I think it's no way an unsafe campus, that I can guarantee. So wherever leopard sightings happen, they don't allow you to come there, so it's fine. You don't have to fear that leopards will take away your lives or something. So yeah.
Okay. Great. So you have shared about the extracurriculars, right? So can you also share insight into the coursework, the course load at NITI, and how rigorous is the coursework, and how much time do you have to dedicate for the, let's say, speaking about case-based, right? So for
Yeah.
case-based discussion, you need to prepare at in your hostels and then go to the classes, right? So how rigorous is the
Yeah.
coursework?
Yeah, so like particularly the course that we are currently following, as we said, that it has nine subjects that we are having in each of the modules, and the courseworks mainly has a compiles of everything. Like it has marketing, it has ops and supply chain, it has finance, and definitely something regarding human resource and organizational behavior in each of the modules for the first year. So of course the subjects vary and the depth in which they are taught, that varies. But more or less all of that is covered, like one or two subjects from each of these domains are there in each of these modules. Apart from that, there are some micro credits which each modules follows, and there are certain certifications which are mandatory that we also need to go get. Apart from that, if you are asking about what kind of cases that we need to solve, so it's part of the curriculum that many of the professors, or many of the subjects where it's mandatory that we need to solve at least 4 or 5 cases. Uh, and it's not only that you need to do it for ops supply chain, and you don't need to do it for marketing or something like that. You need to do it for all of that, like mainly marketing, mainly ops and supply chain. You are given cases which you need to solve and submit. So it could be group activities, it could be single activities which you need to do, and we have completed 2 modules for both of them. For both of these modules, that was pretty much like the curriculum, something looked like that.
Just
Okay.
adding on to Amartya's point, the marks are fair, very evenly distributed. For the end terms, we have 40 marks. For the midterms, we have 20 marks, and for the internal part, we have another 40 marks. So the internal part consists of our class participation activities, the presentations which we have to give in class, and all the other projects we have to submit, and all those things. So for the presentations and for the case discussions, we have to work hard, especially because mostly the presentations are very application driven for all of the subjects. So we have to gather real world data and then analyze those data and present them in the class.
Okay. Cool. And are there any electives that the students can pick, and specializations or electives that they can
Yeah,
do?
just I would like to highlight this point here. For all the three courses, we are allowed to choose electives during the second year. So something unique about IIM Mumbai is that we give a dual specialization to our students. So for the MBA General Management course, the student can select both of the specializations. For the MBA Ops and Supply Chain Management, one of the specialization is fixed, that is operations and supply chain, and the second specialization they can choose. And for sustainability management, similarly, one specialization is fixed, that is sustainability management, and the other one they can choose. So during the second year, students have to pick up electives accordingly and complete a fixed number of credits to get a particular specialization. But this all happens during the second year.
Okay. Great. And this is with the IIM Mumbai, right? Not the previous curriculum of NITI.
No,
This
this
was
was
on
there
NITI
with
as well.
NITI. Yeah.
As well.
Okay. Cool. And we spoke about the placements, right? So let's speak about the like entrepreneurship. So do you have any incubation cell, or what is the deal with, let's say, students who want to do a startup or do a business of their own after the program?
Sure. Amartya, you want to take that up?
You can take it.
Yeah, so yeah, we do have an entrepreneurship cell in our campus, and apart from that, we also has an entrepreneurship and innovation center. And apart from that, we have a very specific subject which we call entrepreneurship lab. There, the students have to work on their own startup ideas and even get their companies registered. And this is all part of the coursework, and we have to do it mandatorily. Apart from that, talking about the startup culture at our college, I would like to just let students know that we have three unicorns coming out of our campus, that are Square Yards, Polygon Technologies, and Dealshare. Apart from that, we have other startups like Laltain, who are working towards improving the MSME sector of India, and they are providing a platform for the MSMEs. We have professors who are very interested in promoting startups, and you can have a chat with them anytime, and they will help you with everything you need to get started on your startup. They might help you with funding and alumni connections as well.
Good. So we spoke about campus life, right? So do you have hostel facility for all, is a hostel compulsory for all the students, or is it optional? Or
Yeah, no, actually we have hostel compulsory for all the students, so it's mandatory. They need to take that.
Yeah, yeah, we have two hostels. As everybody knows, we have the tallest hostel building in the country, the NITIE Swami Vivekananda Hall. That is the boys' hostel, and apart from that, we also have the Kranti Jyoti Savitribai Phule Hall, which is the girls' hostel.
okay. So there is a question like Aditya Shinde is asking, can you share your percentiles and educational background, and what were the cutoffs for last year that you know
Okay. So I had a CAT percentile of 99.53 and I had a profile of 998. And as I mentioned, that I was having a work experience of 22 months. So, Sudipto, you can just mention yours and then I will take up the question.
Yeah, so I had a CAT percentile of 98.68. I had a CGPA 10 in my class 10. I had a 8 in my class 12, and I graduated with 9.48 DGPA. And for the previous year cutoffs, I mean, no cutoffs were released officially, but students can avail their data through an RTI. I feel that. Amartya, you can take.
Yeah, so like of course, as Sudipto mentioned, that there is no clear picture like who exactly and what were the cutoffs and what was the minimum percentile through which somebody got in or what is the maximum percentile that somebody got in. So there is those datas are definitely not released, but if anyone wants to know, they can definitely do the RTI and know those informations.
okay, cool. So what is the application process? As in, after the application is done, so by when can the candidates expect the interview shortlist, and how will the interview process be like?
Okay, sure. I will take that up. So as of last year, the again the CAT results were out by December itself, like this year, and then the shortlist for IIM came during the month of April, if I'm not wrong, and
March, towards March
March,
end.
in end of March. Yeah, end of March. And then what will happen is they will give you slots for 4 or 5 days, and all those slots will start by a week since the shortlist will be out. So you can choose your date and accordingly whatever they would try to accommodate in the slot that you have picked up for yourself. And accordingly, there will be one round of PI that will happen. And I would just like to add here that even if somebody is applying for 2 or 3 courses, that is both the MBA, MBA Ops and Supply Chain or MBSM, there will be one interview that will be taken. And based on the performance of that interview, you will be shortlisted for all the 3 courses.
Okay. So can you guys like tell about your interview experience? How was it?
Amartya, you can go
Okay.
first.
Yeah, sure. So if I talk about mine and pretty much in NITI, and I am expecting that for IIM Mumbai also it's going to be the same. They go for a detailed interview. So like it was approximately 40-45 minutes interview that was taken for me. And there were questions regarding everything. It will start off with your work experience mostly if you are having any. And like I mentioned, in my case, it was blockchain development, front-end development. So it was a topic which is like in news and has a lot of hype about. So they wanted to know what exactly blockchain is and like what are the projects that you have worked in, what kind of role you were supposed to do as a blockchain developer and all those things. Apart from that, then they deep dived into your BTech stream. So it was mechanical engineering for me. And they asked some basics about mechanical engineering, which was followed up by the final year project that I did. And I had a conference paper, which I had mentioned during the form fill up. So those questions were also taken up during the interviews, what was about it. Apart from that, current affairs, you need to definitely check out some. There were some questions. I remember for my case, it was mainly regarding budget and regarding net zero initiative questions were there regarding that. And also about why MBA and why IIM Mumbai, or that time why NITIE you want to choose. And like I remember, like I mentioned about the being having very good faculties and very good alumni members. They actually asked me who are the alumni, can you tell some of the names, or who are the faculty members, can you name? So you need to have a detailed answer prepared for all of that. So it's covers everything, I guess. So Sudipta, you can just take up.
Yeah, so my interview experience was quite different from what a student might expect from NITI. So actually, I had stated that I have interest in studying up about Indian history. So one of the panelists straight away asked me, so can you tell me something about Emperor Ashoka? So once I discussed that, during that time there were a few issues going on about omission of Mughal emperors from the UP board syllabus. They asked me about that as well. Then the second professor took up and she asked me about my native place, my native place history, and what can I tell about the tribal leaders from my native places. And then they shifted more towards my academics and they asked a few questions on mathematics from me, what is normal distribution and mean value theorems, and then they ended the interview from there.
Different interviews for
Yeah.
each of you.
Yeah.
Great. Uh, so regarding the interview shortlist, right? So does IIM Mumbai have any weightage for academic diversity? Let's say for engineering versus non-engineering. So is there any special weightage given to engineers and non-engineers?
Yes, Sudipta, you can just take up.
Yeah, so for the interview shortlists, we will be considering the CAT percentiles only, and there will be some score towards gender diversity. And for the interview shortlist, there is no weightage as such to academic diversity. Academic diversity comes in during the after the PI during the final selection.
Okay. And what is the
And
weightage?
also,
Great.
yeah, yeah.
Go. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
continue.
and I was just mentioning, yeah, Shrikant. So yeah, I was just saying that apart from that, when the uh, for the engineers and non-engineers, what is the weightage, and what exactly will be your score corresponding to the percentage or the CGPA that you have got is going to vary for like engineers and non-engineers. And again, what kind of non-engineer you are, if you are falling under the MBBS or BDS categories, if you are someone from the CA or commerce background, and for each of them there is categories, and what exactly will be that weightage, that is clearly mentioned in the form. So as I mentioned, I will just give the link of that form so for students to find that out. And there is academic diversity which is eligible only after the shortlist for the final composite score that we are forming, and there is nothing mentioned for the shortlist of the students is particularly going to be based on CAT and your gender diversity.
Okay. Gauri Shankar is asking, does IIM Mumbai accept degree background students?
I mean, EWS category is definitely there. And what are the,
No, degree as in
uh,
like 3 year course degree that you
oh, sorry,
Yeah, so three-year degree people are eligible for the MBA General Management course and the MBA Sustainability
supply.
Management course.
okay, great. So you guys, uh, do you see any difference in like the companies coming that came for the final placement and the companies that are coming for the internship, because the course and the structure has changed? Is there any difference in the companies that are coming that came for the final placements and for the internship for you guys?
Okay, I will take that up. So, what we saw in case of when it was only NITI and before the changes in curriculum and IIM Mumbai was declared, it was a bit centered with operations and supply chain, and there were mainly FMCG companies and companies which were offering roles in operations and supply chain. They were predominantly heavy. But when we see the summer internships, probably still now there will be a little bit more weightage on those companies, but along with that we saw a lot of increase in the finance sectors, in the banks that have come, and also in the IT or the data analytics domain or analytics domain, the kind of roles that has opened up, that definitely increased with this change. So
Uh,
uh, there is scope for even further opportunity. I expect that that will also happen. So let's see.
Apart from that, we actually saw sales and marketing roles also coming this time during the summer internships. We had product management roles opening up, so that is something which is going to come in more with the IIM tag now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting more diverse roles and more diverse companies once the change has happened.
Yes,
Right. Even HR rules came for the first time, I guess. We didn't see
yes.
HR rules previously. So yeah, that is also.
Okay, great. Myron, he's asking, is IIM Mumbai better than XLR and SPJ?
I mean, again, comparisons are something that probably somebody who has just been to all three colleges or campuses or have an overall overview about all of them can reply that. So being a student of IIM Mumbai, it's very difficult to compare other two colleges along with it. And
Okay. So, is there any what specializations are offered? Can students get finance, marketing, or any other specialization that they want to based
Uh,
on the electives, or is there any
yeah,
restriction on the specialization that they can get?
yeah, sure. So for, as I already mentioned, for the MBA General Management, you can take any two specializations. We of course have operations and supply chain management as one of the specializations. We have supply chain management. We have sustainability management. We have marketing. We have business analytics, and apart from that, we also have a finance specialization at our campus presently. And of course, there is also a human resource specialization track available.
Okay, great. So Abhishek Das is asking, is gap after college bad for shortlist slash interviews?
I don't think so. Like in our batch also, we see that there are students who definitely had gap years and they still managed to get into IIM Mumbai and they managed to get good internships as well. So it's important that you need to defend your gap years very well. But in general, having a gap year doesn't really reflect a bad image on the institute at least. It definitely doesn't matter in terms of shortlisting or getting into IIM Mumbai.
Great. So I think that concludes the questions I have from my side. So if you want to add anything from your side to the students, that will be helpful.
Okay,
Amartya.
Shraddha, you want to? Acha,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Uh, okay, so like I would just say that the first batch of IIM Mumbai is basically going to be the batch which is going to come, and this year they are going to join. So there can be lot of questions in their mind that particularly since an institute which was earlier known for mainly ops and supply chain and having its name as NITIE, how does that function as IIM Mumbai? I think in that regards, they could be sure that definitely we are working upon that. We are trying to make sure that each and every domain gets equal weightage. And of course, in terms of curriculum, there is weightages. In terms of placements, in terms of internships, we are trying to improve ourselves and trying to be more diverse, uh, however it is possible. And we just want to make sure that if anybody like has this question in mind that whether the non-engineers are also going to be able to cope up with this kind of curriculum, then Sudipto has mentioned already talked about the same that the curriculum that we were following previously that is going to get changed and definitely it's a curriculum where everybody could fit in. So even if you are an engineer, you are not engineer, you have done some other courses, I think everybody could fit in. So you can be assured that you won't be facing problems regarding coping up. Definitely that's something that I would want to mention.
Yeah, and just adding up to Amartya's point, that we have a very excellent set of faculties here, and our director sir is working very hard to make sure that we at IIM Mumbai are able to take in and provide the best of opportunities to all the students coming in. The curriculum here is very good and is up to and is at par with the top institutes in the country. And I don't think that any student have to fear that if they are non-engineer, will they be able to cope up, or will they be able to grab the opportunities? I don't think that will matter. Your hard work will matter once you're inside the campus.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and thank you for answering the questions of the students. Thank you so much, and all the best for you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All the best to
Thank you,
all the
Shrikant.
students.
Thank you.
All the
Thank
best.